Okay, people, we're back to entertain you with our projects again. I know you just can't wait to see what I have up my sleeve this time. And I got myself a worker here today, and Max and I are going to make short work of this bathroom. We're going to demonstrate today a biblical principle, and that is that two are better than one. Amen. That we get more return for our labor. And here's what our labor is today. I'll show you. Taking this here fine bathroom that's seen better days. It's time. It's time to say goodbye to drywall, to tile, glass, plumbing, cabinets, you name it. And I know you're sitting on your couch right now thinking, I'm not doing that. And I said the same thing. I'm getting me a young man to help me out. So by the end of the day, I'm going to show you what two can do. Okay, well, this is the process. I'm sure you guys are all excited to see it, and the vanities are out. One problem though, and that's why I'm showing you this, the angle stops, they just keep on dripping. They don't ask for your permission, they don't tell anybody, they just do it. And they're shut off nice and tight, so we had to shut the water to the house off. But because I don't have a plumber on the job right now, I'm going to have to hook them together, and I'll show you how that works. Another issue for taking out a tub, when you have a steel tub, which is lighter than a cast iron, you can't break it. So the drain requires a special tool, and I have to surrender and go get one. So I'll show you how that works too. Aren't you having fun? So I'm going to show you how this little dealio works. It goes in like that, you just twist it. It's all about the tools, people. Hope you don't need to keep the tub because I just scratched it. Like I always say, you just will give up now because I'm going to win. Okay, when you have the shut-off valves that don't stop leaking, this is one solution for temporary purposes only. Leave them shut off, but tighten that up with a supply line that has the same fitting on both ends, 3/8 compression. Another option here also is the 3/8 compression cap, and it just goes right on there. Simple as pudding pie. Okay, here's an old school way of doing things. In this old shower, they just put drywall all the way, and they glued the tile to it. So this is probably a 70s house with drywall, but of course now we don't do it that way. You stay tuned and I'll show you how we do it. Okay. Alright, now everybody imagines that they're going to open up their wall, find a Mickey Mantle, you know. And that you start breaking the drywall. I wonder what's in there. Besides rat poop, probably nothing. But what you will find is behind the medicine cabinet, and you need to be careful. That's why I'm teaching you people about these things. Look right here. What is this? Blades. Don't handle them without gloves. You know what those are, people? I know if you're from the older generation, you're going to know. Those are blades for shaving. Of course, you can tell by looking at me that I've never used one of those kind of things. But well, neither has my buddy either. Nope. Not recently. But anyway, the old medicine cabinets had a little slot in the back of them. And the old guy would shave every morning, and when the blade got dull, he would take that thing and stick it in the slot, and it would drop down in the wall. And so when you go to remodel, there they are. No treasures, just a bacteria-infected metal. Okay, well, you start opening the walls, you're going to find out what the last guy did. Right here, we have illegal activity. Does anybody know what's going on here? You got your electrical lines. Perfectly normal. This is a junction box, correct? It's got a plate cover. Beautiful. But guess what? it's buried in the wall. It was just like this. I discovered it. And you can see what has happened. Somebody had it in the room at this point. You can see that patch. From the other side, you won't even be able to tell. But there used to be a switch or plug there. They've taken that box and shoved it in the wall and said, we don't care about it anymore. For some reason, they didn't want it there. But I guarantee you these wires are live because they go over to my switches. So they've buried a junction box in the wall, and that's a no-no. So when the inspector comes out, it ain't going to be there. We'll fix it because we can't bury stuff like that. The reason being, if you have a short in that wire, if you have a short in a wire, you go to each box and you try to find out where it's disconnected, and you're never going to find this box. It's buried in the wall. Stick with me, I'll guide you right, people. Okay, we got our bathroom pretty much demoed out. And so what we're going to do is we're going to enlarge the shower. And so the curb comes out to where I marked it, basically there. So that drain there has to move over this way a little bit. The toilet moves over. There's the center of the toilet. The vanity starts right here and goes a long ways. It's a double sink. So all the plumbing in the wall shifts over to line up with the vanity cabinets. And this tub that was here is being eliminated. You don't need a tub in here. So that's how they create so much space. It's a really good system. Then of course the light fixtures have to shift over. We're going to put a light over the shower. We're going to get a new exhaust fan to code. This job's getting inspected. And then we're going to put a solar tube in the middle there. So another part of this project is this opening. He wants a door. So I found it very interesting in all of my travels that people who have a door, they want to get rid of it. And people who don't have a door, they just put a door there. And so in this case you have a master bedroom with you know, a walk-in closet. You walk right through it and there's doors from that area. You come over here, it's just a big opening. It's great. Bingo, bingo. There you go. Nice big opening. Nope, we want a small opening and we want a door there. So now we got double privacy. This is what the people want. It's what the people get. Okay, it always happens when you're remodeling a house. Say, breaking out the concrete so you can relocate the toilet. You run into things, and right here is a copper line. And I was pounding on it, thinking it was a rock. See my nice dents in that? So, there's the new marks there. Very fortunate that I didn't stick the big Bosch Brute right there. That guy. That's like an 80-pounder. Way too heavy for me, but I try to let him do all the work. But if he pierced that, water would have been everywhere, and I had to rush out, shut the water off, etc., etc. So even though I didn't break it, it's smack dab in the way of my new toilet. Smack dab. Center line is right here. I've already measured it. Bingo. Toilet goes right there. So unfortunately for the owner, that constitutes a change order. But again, it's not a willful act of violence towards the owner. But it's one of those things, it's unseen conditions, what I call hidden conditions. And it's truly hidden in the concrete. So now it's up to me to have my guys deal with that, correct it, do it cost effectively, because the clients aren't made of money. I understand that, but my subs don't work for free either. So we got to balance it out, and we will. We always do. Okay, we discovered that this line here was a hot line. The best thing to do here is we're just going to start there in the wall, keep it in the wall to run to all these sinks along the wall. Two things happen. We get a new line, and number two, we get to take it out of the slab. Most slab leaks happen with the hot water line because of the expand and contract situation. So Okay, sometimes you just have to go up into the abyss. Here we go. Of course, make sure you're on your ceiling joists. Taking it easy, don't pound. Here to put some backing. And you know, this is what you look like here, a miner in the attic. Whew, look at this beautiful place. Look at all that stuff over there. Blown insulation. Try to stay out of your attic if you can. It's only going to kill you. Basically what I'm doing here is putting some backing.
So I just preset everything with screws. And okay, that's done.
So once again, I want to document what I'm finding, just for the owner's sake. The existing vent for the front bathroom has been destroyed here, and plus, if you follow it up, it's not really up to the exit point. Okay, part of the project that nobody sees is up in your attic. We put a new exhaust fan in. It's right here. These things are like major motors here, 110 CFMs. And so it's there, but now we got to vent it. See, you can't just blow air in the attic. And so now we got to vent it with this ducting material and go out the roof. There's a hole from the previous one. We're going to make that work. So I'm going to show you what it looks like after we've done it. You may have seen these before, but it's a little bit more work than people realize. First thing you got to do is tape it to the unit. Get that foil tape on there. Make it nice and tight. Press it down. Okay, this guy took two pieces, so we had to put a coupling in there. Tape it all together. And then brace it off with some plumber's tape at the top there. And make sure that air goes out. You know. Okay, here's the replacement ducting from the old existing guest bathroom fan. Going all the way to the ceiling, to the roof, I mean, and going out nicely. Brand new venting there. Okay, now on this project, we're going to put the shower back together. Before, we had a shower pan made of fiberglass. So what we've come up with is to enlarge the shower area, and now we're going to put a tile floor on the bottom of the shower, per typical. Sure, you have one in your house, but in order to do that, we have to create the space, and we're building what we call a dam. So right now I'm going to frame across here, and I'll show you how we fasten that to the slab. And in this case, the client would like a half wall on this side. You'll see it built up in just a few minutes, because that's how fast I am. And of course, we got to fill that hole in with concrete, but the inspector does want to see that plumbing. Something about it he wants to see, I don't know what. That one and that one. Because looks pretty good to me. Okay, I almost forgot. One more thing we have to do to make the old inspector happy is put some rebar in this slab. So the hole in the slab is not really a crisis. But then when you bond them back together, inspector, he looks at the old code book and says, it's a pretty big hole there, boy. Why don't you get yourself some rebar in there? I say, what, you want another inspection? Yes, sir. All right, I'll show you what we got to do. It's not too complicated, but, you know, like most things, call it work for a reason. So, it's not that hard. You just gotta drill a hole, place for some rebar, and make sure there's no pipes in here. I know you can figure that out. Just figure it out. There's no pipes. Don't want to break any pipes. So we're going to put them in there. We're going to drill the holes, clean them out, and then we'll have them ready for said inspector. So just for the record, there's 4 in each hole. Best I can do. Get yourself 3 nails. Okay, find that hole there. Drive these down. And then squeeze it together with a 3rd nail. Good enough. We're going to nail it to the house anyway. Okay, another hot tip for you. When you're working with a mud seal material here in California, this is known to have bad stuff in it. It's called mud seal, or we call it pressure treated lumber, or the process is called womanized. Anyway, it even has stickers on it that says it's known to cause cancer, blah blah blah. So it's very corrosive, and so they require you to use galvanized nails. See? So we just end up buying all galvanized, framing the whole shebang with galvanized nails. Because when the nail goes into that material, bingo, maybe it'll cut the life of that nail in a couple years. I don't know. It's pretty important. But anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going to lace this together here. Building the dam here 3 pieces high, and we're just going to lace it into the framing, making it a lot stronger. It'll look really nice when we're done. Okay, I got my 1/2-inch redhead. It's called a redhead. Don't get confused by anything else. That's the brand. It's a wedge anchor, and you drill a hole the same diameter because you're going to wedge it in there, and then when you tighten it up, it's tight. So I'm going to just do that. You probably know how to do this stuff, but it's for that one person who doesn't have the experience like we do. Stick it in the hole there. Bingo. The top is rounded, so you can beat the thunder out of it, and you're not going to hurt the threads. But I still like to put mine down below it, and then you're not worried. You don't even need to get super tight. We're not doing a structural edifice here. It's not even required on interior walls. So that's all that's required there is the a shot pin, but I don't have that set up right now. So I'm also going to show you something that's a long. You probably wonder how to use it. It's been so long. We always use nail guns, but I don't want to get it out for 4 blocks. So got this thing called a hammer. In there, you can actually just swing this thing like that. Wow, that flush the way you like it. There's always this danger of hitting your thumb with a hammer. Of course, nobody wants to do that. So there's only one guaranteed way. Only one guaranteed way to not hit your thumb with a hammer. Just get someone else to hold the nail, you know. But it's hard to find that guy too. Okay, now we got the shower space defined here. And like I said, they wanted to go with a half wall there. So we have our backing here, and you're going to see why we have to put this up. The cement goes over and the tile goes over it, but there's going to be the hot tar, what we call hot mop, coming up like this, and they have the tar up there. So in this corner, they decided they want a bench seat. So it's just going to be a framed in like that, and I'll show you what I'm doing here, because it has to be backing all around that too. Okay, this next step is relatively simple, self-explanatory. Get your bags of concrete, mix them up. You can do it in the house with the mixing tray. and it'll just take your breath away, man. Okay, we got the cutout made in this half wall here. And the reason is we're going to use that as the bottle niche for the shampoo bottles. You stand right here. There's going to be the shower head, shower valve whenever my plumber comes back. Does that, and then you can reach down and grab a bottle of shampoo, you know, down here. And the reason it's over here, it's kind of low, but is the designer specifically wants that wall there to be what we call a feature wall. In fact, you actually have these two here, and she wants no cutouts in her tile. And once she gets a pattern there, a design, it looks a lot better with nothing in the way. So anyway, this is how you do all your backing for your bench seat. It's relatively simple, but it needs to be solid, so there's no point in putting framing. Just do it with plywood. And then when you're in the shower there, and you get so tired, you sit right down. Sit down in that corner right there. And if you happen to be a hairy person and you want to be unhairy, you just sort of put your leg up there and do all that stuff. Anyway, that's what we do for you people. Okay, well, it might come as a surprise to you all, but I made a mistake here. I got to correct it. I forgot to... you probably wonder how this could happen, and I'm kind of wondering that myself, but it did. We didn't put the drain in, and so obviously you can't have it that high. See, it's a little bit high. I mean, I got cement going in here to build it up, but it can't be quite that much. So I got to drop that in. I got to chip this out and not break the pipe. Oh well. So fortunately the concrete is still green. Comes out pretty easy with the chipper, with the drill actually. And then we're just going to set that down all the way down there. You'll see it. And it'll be ready to go for hot mop. Okay, this is what your drain looks like in the rough. This is adjustable. And then the weep holes are in here for underneath, in case the water gets under the tile. Finished product here in the shower. We have a specialty shower valve with a diverter on it for a handheld on the left side. So that's pretty cool. My plumber's very clean. Does an excellent job. So you gotta slope it. It's sloped out with the concrete, huh? After all that work I did. Alright. Soup's on. Look at that. Hot, hot, hot. He just makes a mess of everything. Look at this guy. No problem, he says. I can do it. Alright. Wow. Yeah, and he wraps that piece on there. That's how they get it waterproof, people. Look at that boiling hot. It's a cauldron of hell right there. Look at that. Just imagine if you had to be in there. Not a good idea, people. So next time you think you don't like your job, boys, think about this guy here. That's a job for you. Not to mention how it smells. It's how hot it is. Boy, I tell you. Intense, baby, intense. So I'll come back when the dust settles here. Ooh, we need a fan. Where's the fan? Tell you, this is insane. All right, almost done. So after he's gone, this is what he's got left behind here. Look at that black tar everywhere, up the walls and everything. Just so you can be waterproof for 25 years. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, the next one is, next trade is drywall. As you can see, I already beat you to it. Covered up that wall already. This side's getting covered up. Okay, I might not look like it, but I'm a drywaller too. So some of you people have never done drywall. You got to tie in the old with the new. So you got to get this tape on there. Yeah. Okay, I did what I could. Let her dry now. Look at that wall. Smoothie movie. All around, compound everywhere. You just have to work it. And then you gotta sand. I might get someone else for that. Okay, we got the pros out here like I said, and he comes out. Fills in the voids. Floats it. Skim coats it. Does his magic. So we're really close to a little sanding, a little texture maybe today. Hopefully get it all textured, ready for paint. All right, like I said before, I hate doing drywall, but this guy loves it. He says, as long as you give me the right amount of money, I'll do it. But this is what it takes to get this baby smooth. Look at this guy here. Painter, drywaller par excellence. No windows in here, he's dying. Gotta buy him lunch today. Put the rubber in there, huh? Yeah. That's pretty good, look at that. Flashing in there.
Yeah, measure.
Nice, that's very good. That's good with the drywall then. Mm-hmm. That's perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
What's the time, the niche?
The niches always have that, yeah. That's excellent.
Yeah.
And then there's the wire. I'm gonna get that on there. So the next thing that happened was we put lath up. This is what our guys did here. This is just diamond lath. Pretty basic. Put the paper in, staple it up, then you nail it with galvies. And if you're good, you make sure you have no penetrations and so on and so forth. And this bottle niche here, they put the sticky paper, the sticky flashing, it's really waterproof. There'd be no leaking in my project. I put the drywall on the back just to give them some backing there. And this will get all tile over it too. Inspector's on his way. I'll see what he has to say. The inspector came, said my guy was really good. Not very many guys do that. And that meaning silicone every nail head. That really helps keep the water from tracking in if it ever gets behind there. So after the lath is inspected, you put what's called a scratch coat on there. As you can see, they've scratched it. So the next layer of concrete will adhere better, because you want the tile to grip it when it hits it. That's why they do that. He's going to come right over that edge right there like that. Both sides will come over that edge poquito. So this is how they make it plumb. They put the little sticks in there, screed it across there over that last bit of scratch coat. It gets a little thick, but it's very substantial. It really, you know, they'll cut it down as needed, and then I'll clean up the wall that they messed up. But life is hard, so you got to do that. And then it keeps it rough in here because it's already pretty. Well, he still made it pretty plumb. Look at that, pretty level. This is going to get really wide here, but that's what it takes to get it all plumb and level. And the wall gets pretty solid. It can be tile on the outside of it. So anyway, no excuses now. Okay, it's getting exciting around here. We got a tile going in the bathroom. So this guy here, you know what? He's just not your average Joe. He's going for a unique look here. So let me show you. What kind of tile do you want in your house? Well, I want slate. Okay, so we have a drawing, but see all the pieces on the drawing? Mr. Tile Guy, he's got to do all the pieces exactly, because the grout lines have to chase right into the shower. All kinds of details that the designer comes up with. You paid her money for. Now do it the way she said. So the bathroom, floor, and shower is complete minus that piece and the edge. So we got the slate in here. It's really amazing looking stuff. And if you'll notice from the last video, this looks a lot richer, and the reason is it's been sealed. You gotta seal natural stone. It's not like porcelain or ceramic. There's no sealer on it by the factory. So beautiful. It's all sealed, and we used an enhancer sealer so that the richness would come out. It's very gorgeous. So now we have to grout it, and then we have to seal the grout. Then we got to put cabinets. So get this going, boys. Okay, this is pretty fun. We got the grout in. It's all sealed, like I said, and now the grout's in. Went with the gray. It's all right. Look at that rich color in there. Just love that. Swing over here. Got your bottle niche right there. Don't put your bottle niche in the feature wall. See? Think ahead, people. So there you go. I'll turn that light off. Oh, and this one. It's just really unique and nice. I like it. Okay, this cabinet system got put in as predicted. Look at that. Cabinet and countertop. Got this taken here before we get the faucets put in. It's looking pretty nice. And nice color scheme too, I feel. Where's my glass guy? Where's my painter? Okay, well, this is part of it. Lights on, lights off. Okay. Just to remember that the old shower looked like, and now this one with the new glass. It's beautiful. Oil rub bronze handle here. Stuff going on. Really snug, good seal there. We still need a shower valve. Still need a toilet too. Okay, everybody, I'm back to entertain you with my work, and I got myself a premium helper today. Today we're going to demonstrate a biblical principle first thing in the morning, and that is the verse in the Bible that says, 2 are better than 1.
Amen.
For, what's the answer? Produce more. Oop, gotta do that over.